Good morning. We are on the Hidden Lake Trail. We just passed the Hidden Lake Overlook. It was pretty crowded over there. Now we're on our way descending to Hidden Lake. We're out here this morning hoping to see some wildlife. There's been just tons of reports of black bear, bighorn sheep, and mountain goat here the last couple days. So we're hoping now that we got past the overlook it'll be a little less crowded. We have a better shot at seeing something. Giant wall here of rock down into the valley, down into the lake. Really beautiful, as is everything here. I got to see the sun come up over the mountaintops earlier. Yeah, so 5-ish miles on this hike, in and out. Probably about 1,200 feet of climbing, somewhere around there. We're already more than 1.5 miles in. This is kind of the easy part, the descent to the lake. See some people up ahead, but not many, so hopefully we see something. Real nice view of the lake now as we're coming down. Still haven't seen any animals. I'm hopeful though. Beautiful lake though. Sun peeking up. All the valleys look like this. Beautiful here in Glacier. And here we are now, beautiful Hidden Lake. I'm the only one down here. There's a few people behind me on the trail. It's like down here in this bowl surrounded by peaks and mountains. Came through this little pine forest right before hitting it, which of course smelled amazing. Really the whole park smells amazing. It just has that piney smell everywhere. No signs of any animals. I did get a whiff of that kind of hoofstock smell that I was getting yesterday right before I saw the bighorn sheep. I assume I'm smelling the scat in the area, but I didn't see any of them. It might be a little too late in the day at this point, too many people on the trail. But we'll see on the way up. We're going to hang out here for a few minutes before a 700-foot climb back up to the overlook. He is not worried. He's just doing his marmot thing. Of course, now I got the camera on, he's looking the other way. Good morning 2.0. Just finished Hidden Lake not long ago. Feeling good, still early, late morning. Gonna do Highline now. It's about 12.5 miles. Kind of follows, this is the Going to the Sun road down there. What is this valley? Highly recommended to me. Hopefully wildlife, fossils. Feeling real good. Don't think I'll have any problems. Dad's gonna pick me up at the point to point. He's gonna pick me up at the end, probably in about 4 hours or so. 4.5 hours. It's actually not that much climbing. It's like 1,600 feet. Let's do it. It's one of the more known sections of the Highline. It's got this, it almost feels like a rubber hose to hold on to, because it is, I don't know, 700 feet, 500 feet down. Oh no, it's not too bad. It's like a 4-foot wide pathway, 3 feet. Beautiful view of the valley. Here's the main climb. About 3.25 in. We're gonna go up these switchbacks here. I don't know, I thought it was gonna be 1,000 feet, but this doesn't look like 1,000 feet of climbing. Maybe more like 600-700. We're gonna find out. Feeling really good. Less than an hour in, we're already over 3 miles in. The as expected, late morning national park. The trail is super crowded. There's people everywhere. But again, to be expected. It's what we get for double dipping and doing hidden and then coming over here. But we're gonna get them both. Absolutely beautiful. Best weather of the trip so far today too. It's warm, no threat of rain. Beautiful hiking weather. I bet it's even up here in the sun. Feels like it might even be close to 60 degrees. No animals, tons of bear scat. Fresh bear scat clearly from this morning everywhere. There I am to prove that it's not a voiceover. Bear scat everywhere. No bears, not yet. There's so many people on the trail, I'd be surprised. But we're gonna get the poles out and do this climb. See you at the top. How's that for the price of admission? We just ran straight up this climb, non-stop. I don't know how high. It was definitely not 1,000 feet. 700, 6, 7, somewhere in there. I'll look later. But look at this beautiful view. We're here on the Continental Divide, basically dividing the eastern and western halves of the continent, North America. If a raindrop falls on one side of the mountain, it ends up on the Pacific Ocean. If it falls on the other side of the mountain, it ends up in the Atlantic Ocean. There's also, we're seeing the stromatolite fossils are everywhere here. This whole thing, even though we're super high up, used to be an ancient seabed. I believe the stromatolites are remains. Oh, here you can really see the patterns in the rock. They're structures built by bacteria. I think pre-Cambrian. I'll correct it at the bottom if I'm wrong. Future Fred, correct me. Or tell me I'm right. But beautiful view. I'm probably 4 miles in. So my climbing for the day is just about over. Ooh, quick descent here. And yeah, we got a lot of plateau, a lot of descending. Feels good to get out and push it a bit on this trail. I haven't had a chance to really do it out here in Montana quite yet. Look at all the fossils in the wall. So I try not to slip on these rocks while I run down. Yep, let's keep going. Got an eagle, flew right past me. Circling around. I'm not sure what kind of eagle. Hopefully I'm catching it on the camera. I could see it very clearly, but looking through this camera in the sun, it's hard. Just circling around on the thermals. Really cool, big bird. All right, we're here at the Granite Chalet. Pretty much is the end of the Highline here. Looking out over the valley. Pretty much concludes my climbing for the day. A lot of people roaming around up here. Over here's interesting. On the far side, you can see forest fire damage from a few years back, where the trees are all dead, stripped away. See if we get a little bit better here in the shadows. Doing great on time. Geez, it's only 12:15. I'm basically doing 3.5 miles per hour. Just under 4. I'm going to take a second here, drink some Gatorade, and then start the descent. The descent's longer than I thought, so that's going to suck. But we'll make it happen. Alright, probably the first stretch of trail I've largely been alone. Get an idea of how it's like out here. It's beautiful. Terrain is tough, but you know, it's a manicured trail. I am constantly looking back now since I am now alone out here. At least this section of the trail, no one seems to be going up or down. Sign says this section I'm on is the most frequented area for the grizzlies. So we're keeping our eyes open. We're giving some good hay bears here and there, coming up on a blind turn here. I've slowed my pace down too, being out here in this area alone, and if you really start kind of getting towards like anything looking like trail running, you start looking like you're on the menu to the grizzlies. So we have slowed our pace way down. Still moving, but I don't want to be pushing it and get any unwanted attention out here. So I would really love to see one. I'd just like to see one down there rather than up on this trail around any of these bends. This does seem like if you were going to see a grizzly bear, doesn't this kind of look like where you'd see one? I haven't seen any scat. Here we got another blind turn. Hey bear! Hey bear! On this section of the trail yet. I think I have a turn coming up in a few hundred feet. But I'm going to talk to you, just so I'm talking, because that's number one way to keep yourself safe from the bears, is to just be talking. They do not like the human voice. They see it as a threat, so, or at least something to steer clear of. Taking a look, see if we see anything moving. So they tell you, you know, talking, singing, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to torture anyone, even the animals, by singing, but I'll talk to the camera for a minute here. Bells, bear bells, whistles, all that stuff. Certainly doesn't work on grizzlies. I don't know if the jury's out on black bear, which are there also. There's actually like 4 or 5 times as many black bear out here than grizzly. But certainly with grizzly bears, they are not afraid of the bells. They actually find it interesting, so it tends to attract them. That's what the rangers have been saying. They would know. Hey bear! Hey bear! We don't have any of those little gadgets.